How to Prophesy Effectively is the title of this edition of the prophetic series. I'm glad to have you here. There are those persons who have received a prophetic call or perceive a prophetic call and are seeking a way of how to go about it. You want to know what it takes to, or how to hear the voice of God and how to communicate the message that God has given to you to the target audience accurately. You want to know more about the gates that are available for prophets to interact with God and receive messages from God, first-hand message from God, and then pass across to the people of God with power. That's what this teaching is going to be about. And then in addition, what it really means to become effective here, it has got to do with the finishing. When I finish prophesying accurately, my words are correct, what's the next thing that makes my prophecy effective when I'm done? So that's what we're going to be doing. In case you're new here on this platform, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share to bless somebody, comment to tell me how it has affected you, and let us jump into the teaching proper. Prophets are people that God have isolated to himself as his own biological microphone. Whatever he says, they echo. That's what is given to them as their primary responsibility. This one is God says, go and relate to the people whatever you hear me whisper into your ears or reveal to you. That's what prophets essentially do, and then to bring the mind of God to pass on earth. Effect it, pronounce it, execute it with the power of the utterance, prophetic utterance given to them by God. That's how the journey or the prophetic thing really takes up from. So how to prophesy effectively? We'll begin with the message. What I mean by the message is God has got a message. If you are a prophet, then someone sends you, and the person who is sending you is God himself. And a message is what he's given to you to pass across to a target audience. And you need to know what it takes to tap this message. It's an information that is provided or accessible to you, rendered accessible to you. How do you tap it? That's where effectiveness as a prophet or prophetic person begins from. Prophets, those called in the prophetic office, prophetic people, those that prophesy as a result of gift mix of a prophet. So, how do I tap a message or receive the message? There are various parameters or tools, prophetic tools, namely the prophetic senses, for receiving message from God. Some are only aware of either seeing or hearing, but we have got many other gates for receiving a message from God. And we must learn as prophetic people how to engage the various tools for receiving a message from God accurately. I mean, at a high performing level. That brings us to our second point of interest, and that will be the activations. For you to become able to prophesy effectively, you will have to go through prophetic activations. Not just an activation, but prophetic activations. Because there are those who have the activation to be able to hear, but not to be able to see, not to be able to feel, and the likes. So there are depths you have to go into with the activations. How many activations are there that I need as a prophet, at least, to stand on and or bank on and begin to prophesy and ensure that or become rest assured that accuracy is guaranteed? You see that there are teachings that will tell you in other sectors or sphere of life that you have 3 legs to. So, and the likes. So, is it going to be 2 activations or 3 activations or 4 activations? Which one is more reliable? Depth or level of activation is more reliable for a prophetic person to bank on in order to be able to do in-depth prophetic work, effective prophetic ministry. That's what you need to sit down, settle down, learn, and then you are positioning yourself to do a prophetic work effectively. This brings us to our third point, and this one is about prophetic maturity or spiritual growth, spiritual maturity. When you talk about the activations required to position you to be able to prophesy effectively, we're talking about prophetic growth or prophetic maturity. A spiritual growth as prophetic people is biased to prophetic maturity. What does it take for you to come to a place where you mature as a prophet? That's where the question is, or that's where the point is. There are stepwise processes involved with becoming mature as a prophetic person. And this is it. After the activation, which is the initial stage or earlier stage, the next thing that you want to do to be able to use the activations to interact with the parameters, platforms, rooms there is for prophesying accurately. Well, that's prophecy for you to be able to dish out prophecy with 100% accuracy. So at that stage, you are now going into mastery in a way. And this boils down to the uniqueness with the engagement of the prophetic codes. Some people have a concept of the prophetic codes, but the uniqueness and the depth of their studying or interaction with the prophetic codes to the point where they can interact effectively with the prophetic codes. They can use them like they can use their fingers, use their hands, use their eyes, use their legs. That's where effectiveness comes in. That has to do with regular use. So you're not just learning about or knowing about prophetic codes. You've practiced, you've engaged the prophetic codes over and over to the point where they are now normal room for you to step into any day, anytime and begin to operate with your prophetic tools. Because I had said that the prophetic codes are like rooms. If we have 46 prophetic codes, then we have got a hotel with 46 rooms. So each of the rooms in this hotel is a prophetic code or represent an individual prophetic code. So when I get into prophetic code number 1, which is room number 1 in this hotel, there are things that I can appreciate within that room, and some of the things that I cannot see there may be appreciable in room number 2. So I stepped into room number 2. I may be able to see now a green television that was not in room number 1. I may be able to see a refrigerator there that was not in room number 1. Then when I get to room number 3, maybe I'm able to see a water bath instead of just a shower in the bedroom. You see that? So each of the prophetic code complements the other one, and you should be able to know which one you are going to step into per time when presented with a prophetic case to address. That's what makes an effective prophet, and that's what is the bedrock of effective prophesying. So you want to prophesy effectively, you're going to take note of these things. Before I stop, let me add this like a bonus. I have done the prophecy because I am prepared, right? I got the activations, I got the spiritual growth. Remember, I got the calling, got the activations, got the spiritual codes. Now I have prophesied. I cannot prophesy accurately. But effectiveness comes with results based on the prophecies that I do. And the results will be coming as a result of my prophecy because of the power following my prophecy. So I need to learn as a prophet who intends to be effective how to tap the power of God to back my prophecy. So some prophets are good with releasing the prophecy accurately, but they are not good with backing their prophecy with power because they don't have it. So you want to both prophesy accurately and have the required power to back the prophecy you've given out so that results follow and glorify the name of the Lord. That's the definition to me of an effective prophet and effective prophecy coming to them. Stop here. To take your prophetic journey to a deeper depth, sign up with me for a certificate course of forensic prophecy with Charles School of CS, but mentor prophets to prophesy accurately. At the time of trained prophets from 120 nations and still counting, over and over again, and the results are baffling. Yours is going to be the next. So sign up with the WhatsApp contact in front of you on the screen here or in the pinned comment in the comment section. See you in Charles School of CS. God bless you.